Did you hear they're coming out with Warhead flavored apples?
Is that true?
Babe, I think I'm actually onto something with that.
With what?
Candy flavored apples.
I would love that. I would love a sour apple, not like green sour. Of course, we all know about those, but yeah.
Yeah, like a Warhead flavored apple. Can you think of some other candy flavored apples?
I was going to say, I don't know if I would go with Warhead.
What about a Skittles flavored?
No, that's too sweet.
You get like a dozen apples and each one's a different flavor of Skittle. That would be pretty cool.
Sour Skittles. I don't know why I feel like apples should always be sour.
How do apples work? Can they just come up with flavors, or is it just God given?
I don't know, because
someone just comes across a new apple breed.
I honestly don't know,
forest.
because from Granny Smith to NV apples, it's so different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the main reasons why I thought of this topic is I'm looking right over at our boxes that we packed, and one of them is an apple box.
I still can't believe we're moving.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's great. A lot goes into moving, and with that, I'm a man of checklists and to-do lists.
Oh, are you?
So sometimes moving every 6 months to a year kind of makes me feel good because I get a lot accomplished.
I don't like it. The packing, the tediousness of it all. I don't like it.
Can I air out some dirty laundry?
Depends.
Is that a pun? Depends. Dirty.
It depends.
Isn't depends like a underwear?
I think so.
I'm airing out her depends. No, I lost my train of thought.
You were about to say air out some dirty laundry.
As I'm packing.
No. What?
I'm starting to come across boxes that have still not been unpacked.
From when we moved in.
From our first move here. So I guess that was easy. I just kept it in the box.
To be fair, it was something.
Don't be fair. Be frank.
To be frank, it was some things that were seasonal. For an example, all my workout outfits. That's a seasonal thing.
Yeah, it's kind of like a. I
can't do what I want to do right now, so it's a seasonal thing. That's how.
Well, yeah. So I'm coming across all these different checklists. I got to call utilities, not just of our current situation, but the next utilities. I got to get a hold of Google Fiber. I've got to get a hold of internet to the next location. I got to change of address. I've got insurance, all these different things. Some of it's fun.
I was going to say, you must love it, your list.
I'm loving it. I love multitasking and getting things done, but it comes at the price. And one of them is, and I've came across this, I'm not very good at getting to the mailbox. And keep our audience occupied, babe, as I'm grabbing this.
He's not good at getting to the mailbox.
The mailbox.
The mailbox.
The mailbox.
He's not good. I said he's not good.
But he's kind of good.
What is that?
Maybe here, let me move the mic.
For those of you that are only listening. What?
This is what happens if you don't get the mail. How long do you think this stack is of not getting the mail? And maybe you can hear this as I drop it.
If you say...
I'm not saying anything. You say. How
is that a month?
3 days.
You're lying.
I never really thought of it until recently, because all my life, as a kid, you enjoy getting the mail because you probably got some money from grandparents, from who knows who. As I've gotten older, and each time I go to the mailbox, and we have like a community mailbox. So for those of you that are unfamiliar with that territory, so the mailman or mail lady in the area, if they want to give, the mail out, they have a huge box, almost like you're in an apartment complex, but it's for the street. Very efficient, I bet. Very efficient.
Yelling at me again. Here we go.
That might be my new thing. I like it. And as I am getting the mail over the course of my life, more so recently, by the time I am walking back to the house, 85 to 95% of it, I'm just instantly throwing it away the moment I get into the home.
Yeah.
And it started to make me wonder, is the USPS mail system, is it all just some sort of governmental scam that we're like pumping tons of money to fund jobs that are just delivering mail that nobody wants, nobody needs, but it supports a lot of families, but it also annoys a lot of families.
Yeah. But who knows? You might want to use that coupon one day.
Sure. But then also, too, it's like I can't even filter through. It's exhausting.
You got it, honey.
Because some of them, they know what they're doing. On the outside of it, it's like, if you don't open this, you're dead. Man.
If you don't open this right now,
if you don't open this right now, your home is now your neighbor's home.
You no longer own anything.
Yes. And if you don't send us $2,000,
threats of mail.
And that's the other thing is, once you open it and you start reading it, you're like, I think I'm in trouble.
Oh yeah.
It's a Tuesday. Life is good. Next thing you know.
You know what's so funny too? It's always the date that they put on it that you have to respond is always like the next day. That it's always in the mail.
Oh yeah.
If you don't respond by Friday at 2, $20,000.
And if it's so exhausting because now, and also too, it's like now I'm going to bed not telling my wife things because I'm like, I might have just lost $80,000. I might secretly owe something.
It's very Scam Tina in the mail. You got to be careful. You got to be careful because they're going through the mails now and even having packages come to your door.
Yeah.
It's becoming a thing. So
I've heard of, what do they call them? Porch pirates. I want someone to be a male pirate. Arr. I'm a
That's
male
a good
pirate.
one, a male pirate, yeah.
I don't want female pirates. I want male pirates to raid my mail.
What would you actually do though if, let's say, they think you're at work, you're at home, and you see them really going for it for your package?
I don't know. Maybe I'm onto something and I'm copywriting it right now, whatever day it is right now. I don't even know because it's almost midnight. But I think there's some sort of business idea where someone can filter through all the mail and like, hey man, this one's fake. Don't even like, I don't know what
you want to risk that, putting that in the hands of
or maybe there's some sort of
weirdo.
Maybe there's some sort of device. We went to the library a couple weeks ago. I had never been to a library. Well, I have been to a library.
I was like, wait, what?
I grew up going to libraries, but I was going to say I haven't been to a library in a very long time.
Same.
Very long time.
Same. I'm with you on that.
And if you haven't been to one,
sorry to cut you off. Do you know how I knew you haven't been to one in a long time?
I was amazed by everything.
You were so loud.
Was I really?
Yes. We went to
that's right.
I separated. I said, I don't know this person.
I genuinely just remembered at libraries, you're supposed to be quiet.
You were so loud. Full voice, no whisper, no ASMR.
Like,
you were loud.
They got games and video games.
You're like, there's movies. And I was like,
did you hear me? Movies.
I was like, I didn't even have time to tell you, like,
I genuinely totally forgot.
You were hollering.
Yeah.
I was like, the baby, I need to sit. I'm going to sit right here. You go.
Yeah, whenever you get into a library, it's like the movie A Quiet Place. Like, if you make any sort of sounds, like...
Oh, yeah, they're looking like, shh, they can hear us.
The alien's going to take you out.
I was like, oh, he hasn't been to one of these in a while.
The Bible college I went to, our library, it was kind of a cool little thing they did.
Hangout spot?
Kind of, but the way they did it was, and it was kind of cool. What's that? And I'm going to bounce around to a little topic here. In music, the note, like on the sheet of music, when it's like this, is it crescendo? When you're like getting louder as you go up the note?
I think so. I don't know. I didn't pay attention in class.
That I just made everyone deaf. The way their library was at this Bible college was, let's say you're on the left side of the library. that's kind of like an area where you can kind of talk.
Oh,
like
you can get
this.
louder as you go further. That is cool.
No, quieter. As you go further down, you should start to really be quiet.
Huh.
You could do that. You don't talk at all.
That wouldn't work. Some of my cousins, they'll be so loud on that other end, the quiet end can hear.
What were we talking about? Crescendos, library.
The library.
We went
Remember
to
you said you haven't been in a while.
My invention for mail. That's how we got here.
Wow.
My invention for mail. And this goes to show you how I haven't been in a library in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still amazed by this. We got 2 books.
You got
I
2 books.
beep, 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 beep. We went to the
Because I
library.
wouldn't have gotten those books.
We went to the library and I got 2 books.
There you go.
And we put them on like a self-checkout, kind of like Walmart. But there was no cameras. I was confused. Next thing you know, she's like, yeah, you checked out both books.
And it had the names and everything.
The names, the authors, everything about the book.
I was like...
By putting it on this metal plate.
I was like, what kind of sorcery you got going on in here?
She was a wizard, which was one of the books that I got.
Because you got Harry Potter.
Harry Potter. And I still haven't read a page. But anyways, maybe that is what they need to design is I'm taking my mail to the library. I'm putting all of it on this little metal plate, and it's telling me 4th one from the bottom is actual. The rest are fake. Toss them all.
I do think we need to get a shredder.
Yeah, those are... I'm glad you brought those up. As a kid, shredding was so much fun.
I loved it.
It was like the coolest thing. Then you had confetti underneath.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Until it gets, you're like 5 papers deep and the thing's like, you need to upgrade. We cannot handle. I would just try to shove a whole packet through.
Right.
Can't do it.
The shredder was the first, they have all those videos online now. They're like, oh, it's therapeutic to just watch this thing happen. That was like the original non-social media therapeutic, like soothing thing to just watch them.
Yeah.
And then sometimes your parents would be like, hey, I got a credit card, shred it. And it'd be, you have the paper.
Oh, I've never done one.
But then you put the credit card in.
Oh, and it was really giving it a go. I got to try that.
Let's do it. Well, so that was my thing. I'm still puzzled. Maybe someone that works at the post office can explain to me, are we just funding, and how are you as a postman or woman? 99% of the things you deliver, you wouldn't even have to have, you could have just thrown them in the wind.
They don't care. They're just getting the hours. They're not sifting through it like that.
Yeah. That would be kind of a tough job to be because you really got to know where things are at and reading and I feel like things would be changing quick.
Yeah.
And there's probably a lot of pretty scary neighborhoods to go to as well.
Yeah.
But on the flip, you probably go to some crazy nice ones too, I would think.
That for sure. I think what's scary is when that one gangster's waiting for that check. Here you come.
Why's he got to be a gangster?
That would be scary. Man, I've been waiting for you all day. Or
got to get that direct deposit.
I need to put it in the box. I'm not just going to hand it to you, sir. I don't know you like
Sliding
that.
it under the door.
I'm here, man. It's me. No, we're not. Yeah. We're not doing that.
It seemed like in California, there wasn't very many mailboxes, right? It's a lot of foot on foot.
It's on foot, but each house has a mailbox. There's just not very many community mail.
But it's
mailbox.
attached to the home.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
In the Midwest, it's a lot more. What am I doing? I'm an ostrich.
It's more further outside.
It's more of like a literal box on a post.
Yeah.
By the curb.
There's some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Midwest postman too, or woman. The weather, that would be tough. Rain, sleet,
you're
snow.
gonna have to up that pay if you got me walking in this thing.
I have heard that post people. There we go.
They
post
get paid a
people
lot.
Get paid a good amount.
Them trash people, all of them, they get paid pretty well. Well, I had an incident at the post office.
And I've been waiting all day for this one. This instance started, cut you off this time. Sorry, I have a little cold. This instance there was a prerequisite, or I prepped you. I said,
you
hey,
pre-told me, yes.
I said, hey, my life's pretty busy with work. One of the pleasures of you staying at home, I'm gonna give you a little task here or there. Help me out. Do a little something here. Do a little something there. Little side quest.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, all I need you to do is take this thing to the... Actually, no, originally I just said, hey, go to this post office, this one specifically, and ask them one... I just need one question asked, one question answered, and give me that info. And then later, I give you another task. And before I sent you, I said, just to let you know, the one time I've been there, the absolute rudest...
I just hit myself in the face. Go ahead.
The absolute rudest humans I've ever interacted or seen from my visuals, my peripherals. Just insane the way they were talking to each other, to other people. I was
very rude.
So I let you know beforehand, hey, expect the unexpected.
Which I appreciate that. I kind of had that thing in like, okay, I'm expecting someone to be rude, right? Oh, but baby, they took it. No. Of course, and I hate to say it, they were all women. They took it up a notch. Mind you, I'm at the peak of tiredness. For those of you, whatever, we're pretty far along in pregnancy. I'm dealing with some heartburn. That's not the greatest. And
she's dealing with heartburn.
I'm burning up. But anyways, I'm heartburn, and I'm at the peak of just extreme fatigue. I thought second trimester, you're supposed to have all this energy, whatever. I don't. So just keep that in mind. I am drained. So I'm not in the mood.
Not in the mood.
I'm not in the mood. Let's start by the awkwardness of, have you ever been like making the same 3 to 4 turns as the car ahead of you? So now they think you're following them. It started off like that. So I said, oh, this day is going to be cute.
You're following someone?
I'm trying to go to the post office, but apparently we're making the same 5 to 6 turns. So now it looks like I'm following you. So
you were just a Midwest driver at that point. You're just tailgating everybody.
I wasn't tailgating, but if you notice somebody makes that many turns, it's
I know
awkward.
I've brought it up so many times. The tailgating around here is unparalleled.
It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't understand it.
I don't understand it either.
Do they
I don't
tailgate
get
in
it.
LA? Do they? No.
No, because they're just zooming where they need to go. Anyways.
So yeah, I get to the post office, whatever. Guy jumps out like, I could have sworn you were following me. I was like, sir, I'm not in the mood.
Was he really talking like that?
Yeah. Yeah.
I wish I was there.
I was like, oh no, I couldn't even finish the sentence. I'm not in the mood. I am exhausted. Finally get in there. I get in the line. She's, that when people...
The worker.
Okay. Sorry, the worker.
Set the tone. Give me some details. Like, as you walk in, is there 10 people in line, 4, 1? Because that can be a differentiating factor of customer satisfaction.
So when I first walked in, I was like, score, just 2. No, there's 2 people, but they're together in front of me. Okay.
A couple.
I'm assuming husband. I couldn't. Okay. We'll just say it's a couple. I was like, but she kept making every process longer than it needs to be. I think it's rude when you're allowing coworkers to cut you off to do it. So you're doing a different task instead of helping the people that you're helping.
Unbelievable.
I think it's rude.
Unbelievable.
And it's something they could have waited for. It was like counting money. Big stack of money.
She's at $3,001.42, and then someone cuts in. And
I was
she's
like, we can't wait till everybody leaves to do that, So it's getting so. I'm looking behind me. The line's getting longer. So she's now getting so backed up. One worker so far. You couldn't call Shaquita or somebody from the back to come. Let me stop.
And mind you, the last time I was there, they were cussing each other out, and I'm like,
you're standing there, and they're going at like
all the customers were looking around like, where's the cameras at? Is something happening?
So she tells this couple, can you just stand off to the side so I can keep the line going? When it's just like what they needed to do wasn't that serious. Just finish and keep going.
Right.
Finally gets to me. I said, I'll be quick.
Let me finish.
What? Oh, my dad would have been like, let me finish. I can't wait for you guys to meet my dad. He's insane. But anyway, so it finally gets to me and I'm like exhausted. So I was like, oh, I'll be quick. I'm just dropping these off because, you know, the papers for moving when you're moving addresses. And she's just like,
change of address.
Thanks. She's
I'm
like,
just giving it some emphasis.
She was like, oh no, ma'am. And that's it. I was like, what? And then she's like, you need to verify who you are. You can't just drop this off. And I said, oh, okay.
These accents are good.
This is what, when we go, you're gonna be like, wow, you got it spot on. And I was like, okay, well, mine's in the car, so. And then she's like, well, you need to go get it. I come back. Wait, no. So I'm still waiting there, and I'm like, oh, well, I don't have his. I'm trying to like talk to her and explain what's going on. She gets a phone call.
Like a customer call or just a
personal
cell phone out
on your cell phone call,
throwing about her own convo.
People, stop doing this. Stop putting your phone on speaker for everyone to hear your phone call in the store.
She's on speaker?
Out loud.
That's unbelievable.
And it's her ratchet child talking about somebody trying to get with her at school, get with her, meaning fight. She's having an incident at school and she's like, mama. We're still talking.
At that point, I would have just walked out.
No.
I would have walked out.
I drove over here.
Yeah.
We're getting this done. I'm not coming back.
For your husband.
We're getting this done for my honey. My one true love.
Mind you, I'm just at work. I'm just like, doo-doo-doo-doo, it's a beautiful day.
And I'm over here about to have a physical fight. Get assault charges.
Man.
So the girl's going.
Like that. I've been assaulted.
Oh, that took me out.
Okay.
So they're giving it a go on the phone. Conversation's still going on. She cut me off to answer the phone and put it on speaker.
The line is now 20 deep.
We're 10 people deep now behind me. Okay.
Now there's no way out.
Now
it's like you're in the fast food drive-through line. You're in it, and then now you're like, I shouldn't have got this food, and you're like, well, I can't get out of here.
But like, picture this. Picture how ghetto that is. I'm standing there, and now I'm doing one of these, babe. Look, I'm like, oh, but should I? And she hit me with one of these, finger up, to stop me while she's talking to her ratchet daughter that's about to get in a fight at school. No, cause she's trying me. Da-da-da. I'm talking out loud on speaker. And she's, honey, well, I'm at work. I cannot deal with this right now. So I'm like, so she still makes me go outside to get, all I have to do is drop this off. Mm-hmm. She still made me go get the ID.
Yeah, I felt bad because whenever you told me about this, I was just like, oh, man. Because
I'm just mad I didn't get footage for everyone because you know me. I had the phone out, but
and the
I
thing
thought
is, it should have and could have and would have been just a simple Heidi ho, good neighbor.
Yeah.
And dropped off.
No.
And said
she
goodbye.
made me get back to the long line. She wouldn't let me come back in front of the line.
Should have got the fast pass.
I know, but why would you not let me?
Yeah, something needs to. Basically, what I'm hearing is something needs to change with the USPS system with the mail.
Too much money's being made.
I don't know.
Way.
Is there money being made?
Oh, yes.
I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true. I know there's been some times where I've mailed packages, not even that far, and it's like, yeah, the shipping is $78, and you're like, I'll just hold on to it, and I'll probably see that person in the next 4 months.
Oh, that's out of control.
And deliver it to them.
No, that is out of control. Because even when I worked for Be Yellowtail, it was an online clothing line. I was really shocked at how much it costs just to ship all the clothes to these people. Mm-hmm. Or, just certain stuff, like even domestically. I'm like, weight, what?
Distance, all
I'm
sorts
like,
of...
it is a cardigan. Let's relax.
Yeah.
It's
pretty amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, I appreciate it though. You did your due diligence and you powered through. What else is going on in our lives? Anything new? Any updates? You're looking beautiful today.
Thank you. Like I said, I'm at that stage of pregnancy where it's getting a little rough, y'all. Mm-hmm. The double chin is chinning, and heartburn. If anybody has any remedies for heartburn, that would be.
My dad probably does.
I need to call your dad because, I don't
think
know.
his was more of like when he ate certain things.
Well, this was because of that pasta that I made. I'm not gonna
Maybe
lie.
you and my dad. Because I was literally just about to say, I can remember distinctively many times, sometimes it'd be a late dinner and they'd be like, let's get some pizza. And my dad would be like, you guys can. It's going to give me heartburn right before I go to bed.
I think the baby's like pushing everything up.
But
and
it's getting scary how
similar our taste buds.
your taste buds and just your anatomy.
Well, they say you marry somebody like one of your parents. So there you go. You never heard that?
But my parents.
Yeah, like every girl dates a guy that is somewhat like their dad or their mom you've never heard of that?
But that would be you dating my dad.
No, like I have
now
things.
I feel like we're playing that game.
Okay, this is getting weird.
we're playing that game again.
I'm not saying it like that because now it sounds creepy. But I'm saying like there's certain things. Joe, I'm sorry. I didn't. This is not coming out right.
Oh man.
Oh man. That didn't come out right. But
also
you know what I'm saying?
Don't they? We are just jumping all over. This is the ADD podcast.
But yes, no, that is a thing.
Yeah. Oh, I've also heard when you marry someone, you start to kind of look like each other.
There's no way.
I don't think that's happening anytime soon.
I don't think that's
with
gonna.
us.
Yeah. I think.
Why is that, babe?
Why don't you guys tell us? I have no clue. Wait, do we look alike? Come to the middle. What do you think who do you think the baby will look more like? Because we can't tell from those.
What if it's
trash
just a combination of our dads?
How funny would that be? That would be so funny.
Man.
That would be funny.
Well, so yeah, what else has been going on in our lives? Moving. It's we're slowly gathering things. We're moving things along.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what else is really happening. Ember just got a limo trip. Pizza party.
Yeah,
limo
but
ride.
you know what? I'm about sick.
Wow.
I am so sick of the school fundraisers. I'm over it.
I need the school to start fundraising. Give back.
Yeah.
The families.
It's just, it doesn't make sense for buy a chocolate for $12.
Yeah.
I said,
a fundraiser.
I'll go
to
buy a
feed-
box. No
feed
thanks.
starving children. Our starving children type of thing.
And it sucks because you get the kids so excited and they want to participate, and you're just like, man, how am I going to sell? In order to get the fantastic limo ride, you have to sell 15 cards.
I just got home from a 12-hour day selling vehicles to people. Now I have to figure out how to sell candy bars to the neighbors.
Yes, and it's just like, she really wants the limo ride, and it was expensive to get to that limo ride.
I have to sell 86 candy bars for her to get a squishy hamburger. No. You think that's a joke?
That's
that is a
literally
literal prize.
That was the prize.
A literal prize.
And you know me, I'm trying to negotiate with her. Like, let's just keep the cash. I'll buy you 2 hamburgers. We could take the cash, go get a Worlds of Fun pass. You could literally get.
It sounds like a Disney Channel.
So
episode.
many things with this money.
Mm-hmm. There wasn't even Steven's episode where he sells chocolate.
I'm just like, what do you think about that?
What?
The amount of money we raised, we could have pocketed that and did so much more than a limo ride to get pizza.
$1,000 worth of candy for a $4 item.
I said, "Oh,
what are we teaching our children?"
Oh no.
Yeah.
I wanted to go up to that school, but
imagine, going to.
She made it.
Imagine Shark Tank, one of my favorite shows to watch.
I don't like that show.
I know you don't. Well, you do.
No, I love it. But there's things about it that I just don't like.
Imagine standing in front of Mr. Wonderful and you're like, I've sold 1,000 candy bars. Mm-hmm. And he's like, what have you profited? $4.
for squishy burgers.
You're dead to me. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Bum, 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 bum.
School's about to be over. I'm so excited.
Yeah. It'll be a glorious day.
Mm-hmm.
Ember and I watched Recess. The TV show, the old TV show on Disney Disney Plus, and it was the Recess movie, and it's like, I think it's called School's Out, and they're doing the countdown, 3, 2, and it's summer school, and they all throw their papers up, and she's
that
like,
is such a movie thing.
she's like, I've never gotten to do that in my whole life.
Oh man!
And so she's been telling me, like, I can't wait to just.
She's
throw
gonna be the only
paper
one, and they're
up
gonna be
in
like,
the
pick that
air."
up.
Or everyone will do it, but she'll be the one cleaning it up. Like, we can't leave the
Yeah,
school
we can't leave the school
in
messy.
disorder. Miss Tresson will have so much to pick up.
Oh, Miss Tresson. You know what? I didn't end up giving her a huge gift. You're supposed to give the teacher like a really
really?
nice. I didn't. I got her.
You didn't?
No, a Butterfinger. I heard she likes Butterfingers, so.
Solid candy.
Mm-hmm.
Literally solid.
But I told Amber, I said, I might be able to drop something to the office. I'm not sure. Like, let's see. She went and told the teacher that there's going to be something special at the office for you. I'm like, no, there's not. I didn't get anything. Like, oh my goodness. I don't know. We're rambling now, but.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of some other things that's been going on. I've been really focusing on some Royals baseball the last, 30 days or so. And they're on a hot streak.
Yeah, they've been killing it.
They early on in the season, they had probably lost about 10 games in a row, and me and my dad would kind of periodically text like, man, terrible. And then lately, I'll call him. That's kind of my routine now. It's about a 30-minute drive to work.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of nice because I get to call one or two people on the way.
Never me, but go ahead.
That would be would that be kind of weird though? It's like, goodbye. And I hop in my car and call you.
I love you so much. I want to call you all the time.
That's true. But anyways.
You're like, anyways, I did have a question for you, but go ahead.
Yeah. And we're just talking baseball, but man, they are on the biggest tear. I think they've won like 17 out of 20 games. I got my Bobby Witt Jr. shirt on, and we're feeling good. It's only W's over here.
I wanted to ask you, I never got to ask you this before. Do you feel like the punishment for that kid that gave Deion Sanders' son that like prank phone call?
Oh, yeah.
Do you think that punishment was
I don't know. I didn't
good
hear
enough?
The punishment.
I don't want to misquote, but I think it's like half the dad's salary in a fine. Jeez. They have to do community service, I think, as like a family. They have to do. I mean,
what?
they have
Why
to
am
pay
I
all
doing
this
community
money
service? Because you made a prank call.
Because I think it was like private documents that he went in to even get that number. I don't know. Let me not misspeak, but yeah, they're in trouble. Like the dad lost a lot of money.
That's tricky. I'd have to really think on it.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't necessarily. I don't know. I would have to know. I'd have to really do some thinking on it. And the legality, the black and white of me is just like, I don't know how you can really punish someone for a prank call. That wasn't a life and death provoking situation.
Right.
So part of me is like, it's just a dumb thing to do, and unfortunately it can happen. Dang. But that's just the first thought. But with the status of everyone involved, there does probably need to be some sort of
I mean, they fined them quite a bit of money.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like
well, and also too, I would assume through everything there's probably some sort of legality of like an agent or somebody gave a phone number out. Mm-hmm. There probably is some sort of clause or
it was on some like
something that's like you cannot just
private,
give this number
right,
out.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
There's some other things like I have to read up on it, but I remember thinking like, wow, just for that.
Mm-hmm.
So,
what are you in for?
I called. I called someone.
You rang. Well, I don't know, babe. What do you have anything else? I know today. So, we're gonna pull back the curtain and kind of reveal what's been going on in our lives. I've been sick, and you've maybe caught it a couple times in here, just coughing and stuff. Haven't been feeling too good. Yeah, just my throat just not feeling the greatest. You've also
I think it bounced from each person in the house. And then, like I said, this stage of pregnancy, it's just everything hurts, heartburn. And my doctors are checking up on why my fatigue is just so intense. Second trimester, you're supposed to be kind of like having more energy back before that third trimester hits, before you give birth. And I'm just wiped. I can barely do like 2 things. And then I'm like, you can hear how I've been breathing. I cannot breathe.
It's funny. Before we record the podcast, sorry, my sweet tea from Chick-fil-A is getting to me. Before we record the podcast, we record in our basement, in the deep depths of our basement, in a cave. And the way it typically works is our bedroom's on the top floor. Then you have to come down a flight of stairs to the mid floor and then to the basement, right? And I run hot. And I come down all these flights of stairs, and then I'm like, I forgot this. I run back up, and then I come back down. I'm like, setting things. I forgot this. And I run back up. Next thing you know, I'm having to change my clothes because I'm just burning up. And one of the last times I go up there, you are doing some sort of army bear crawl.
I have to crawl up the stairs, yeah.
and I'm kind of just walking past you like, you good?
I'm just like, I'm all right. Yeah, this is very new to me. I never had these in my other pregnancies. I'm also seeing like floaters, like blood pressure issues. It just could be like I'm an older pregnant lady, you know. But I'm pretty sure there's some blood pressure-ish things going on. Yeah, they did draw some blood and stuff, so I get results on Monday, but...
A little too many sour gushers.
It's a little too many sour gummies.
Oh, this is one thing I was going to bring up, and I never mentioned it to you. So, about a week ago, you had started making salads. I love a good salad.
Oh, I thought you were going to say mine specific, but okay. Go ahead.
I was getting there. Let me finish.
Let me finish.
You make some impeccable salads.
Thanks.
And to most people who would think, how can a salad be that good? Like, you just kind of add some stuff. You make great.
Thank you.
Great salads. Great. And to the point where everyone at work is, wow.
Really?
And I'm like, yep. It's my wife's salad. Well, you had been putting blue cheese. I love me a good cheese. Feta. I like all the bizarre, you know,
like
strong.
all the funky ones.
Feta, goat, blue, a spectrum of different cheeses, right?
Right.
And you started putting, I got in this blue cheese kick. Give me some blue cheese on my burgers, on my pizza, on my salad.
Did I accidentally put it on something?
No, you were also giving me hearts of romaine and just lathering it up with
blue cheese and
right?
a little salt.
Well, then I was just pounding through the blue cheese. Well, then we go to this pizza restaurant, and I get a blue cheese a buffalo chicken pizza. And one of the bites I ate, it is as if there was a fistful of blue cheese, and I just it about knocked me to my feet. Well, then the next day at work, I never told you this because I was saving it for the podcast.
I'm scared.
So, and it wasn't gas. So no. So
okay.
So I'm at work, and I'm working, and I'm just like, you all right? And I'm just standing around. I'm like, why is it? Feels like the room is spinning.
What?
And like straight up vertigo, just bad, like legitimately.
What?
And I'm outside because I'm working at Tesla, and I'm walking out, you know, showing off cars and whatnot. And I'm outside, and I'm just kind of like, almost like holding myself up. And if I close my eyes, it really feels like everything is spinning. And I go back inside, and I sit down, and I've been drinking water, breaks, and all that. And I'm talking to Rob. Shout out to Rob. And I'm just like, bro, I don't know what's going on. I feel like super dizzy. And I'm like trying to like going through like drinking water. I'm a pretty healthy individual. This was like a week ago. I'm feeling fine physically. I'm like, but I just feel like sick. Like I can't look straight. And I Googled, I'm like, I don't know why I thought of it, but I was like, can blue cheese make you like dizzy? And it was like, yes. If you consume a ton of blue cheese, I don't know if it's like the mold.
Yeah.
It literally was like people can suffer from severe dizziness and vertigo.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I'm having a blue cheese illness.
Attack.
I got hit with the blue cheese.
Why didn't you call? Oof. See the wife in me. Why didn't you tell me and call me?
Hey, I need you to come pick me up. I ate so much blue cheese.
I would have been there with an ice cold water and a Gator and a PDA.
So yeah, I was pounding the waters and Gatorades trying to figure out what was going on, but it was. And I had blue Gatorade too.
Blue cheese overdose.
The blue
you
cheese
overdosed on blue cheese.
Too much blue.
It was that one potent bite.
Wait, was it? Blue.
Oh my goodness, I'm done. Was it from that place where they gave the free pizza to? Yeah. I wasn't feeling the crust there.
I guess that's where the saying came from. Too much of a good thing will make you.
Wow.
Dizzy.
Now you're scared of blue cheese, huh?
Maybe I eat it before bed.
That's not good.
Yeah.
It's like a brain worm.
It was bizarre. I'd never.
You're just like spinning from blue cheese.
And I didn't tell Rob either. And Rob, if you're listening while we're sitting at work, you can tap me on the shoulder and say,
call him blue cheese.
Call me blue boy.
Blue boy.
Blue eyes. Yeah. Well, that was my little story.
That is wild.
Give us in the comments if you've ever experienced any sort of bizarre food.
I need to tell my dad this. He's obsessed with blue cheese.
Really?
Obsessed.
I'll ask him. Figure out like, you ever gotten the
cheese spins?
The Deja Blues? You ever gotten the Deja Blues? Just making the world spin around?
You know what, brother? I might have.
That explains a lot.
Nathaniel. Nathaniel. I'm gonna go tell Miss Loretta.
Imagine if each cheese has its own different side effect.
You know what's crazy? That is
keep
what
talking.
alcohol is. Each different alcohol has a different side effect.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that scary?
It is scary. And yeah. And you know what's funny is I was telling my dad about this and I thought he was going to like make fun of me. Like, I have never heard of that in my life. He was like, yeah, that can happen. I was like, okay.
I need you healthy. That scares me. I could cry.
It was bizarre.
I could cry. I'm not buying it anymore.
No. I've heard of someone blacking out.
From blue cheese?
No. I was about to be blued out.
Ooh. That is... I have to tell everyone.
Shout it on the rooftops.
Oh.
Just don't eat any blue cheese before you do.
I cannot believe that. That is
fall off.
absolutely insane. Yeah. I'm trying to think if I've ever eaten something that made me react.
And I'm telling you, I was eating a lot of blue cheese.
How long were the symptoms? Like, how long did that last?
It was, I don't know, it was probably half the day. Yeah.
See, you're better than me. I'd have been at the ER.
Yeah.
I got the blue cheese bite. What's up? Let's run up the IV. Let's get it going.
I was feeling blue.
That's
black
scary.
and blue.
That's scary. Crazy. That's really scary.
Well, yeah. But with all that being said,
I think I do have one. Crazy. Nothing physically happened to me, but I was having a physical reaction to something that I ate. I was working at an Italian restaurant. They're very picky about letting you like nibble on little things at the restaurant, whatever. So I had brought these grapes. Long story short, I bit into the grape and it just had a weird flavor, weird taste. It was those big jumbo grapes.
The globe grapes.
Yeah. I looked down and it was just full of worms.
Oh.
Okay. So I still have to go to this table of these people. Of all the people that I'm, taking their order, they're like, "Are you okay? Like you seem." I said,
squeamish.
I said, I'm so sorry. I just had my lunch and I bit into a grape and it had like worms in it. They didn't seem alive. I don't know. It was. So then she's like, well, good for you. We work for Naked and Afraid across the street. You know that show Naked and Afraid where they have to like eat random stuff just to survive?
I thought she was just throwing out random facts. Well, good for you. We work for Naked and Afraid.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like where they have to like.
It's like a reality TV show.
So she told me to go take a picture of it, send it to me. I'll send it to our expert to see if it's something you should like go to the hospital for. No, they have people on staff that will tell if they can eat certain things when they're out there in the wilderness, like just eating stuff, which bugs are okay with. He came back in 2 seconds and was like, it's fine. That'll be like protein in her body. She'll be all right.
Wow.
But I didn't have a grape for a very long time, which is crazy that's one of my pregnancy cravings. But if you would have saw what was in that, I think I might have the picture.
Huh.
Yeah.
There used to be a roller coaster at Worlds of Fun called the Wacky Worm, and it was in the little kids area.
I love how
There you go.
do that. The Wacky Worm. But, I mean, what are the odds? Naked and Afraid, and they were there getting super drunk on their
crazy.
on their lunch break.
You won't come across any TV show producers
She's like, we
out
work
here.
across the street. Send me the picture. Don't worry. Like, I was freaking out.
That's funny.
But yeah.
Yeah, well, we appreciate it. It's going to be a little bit of I guess it ended up not being too short.
Yeah.
But
it's a random one. We're just.
You haven't been feeling too good. I've been kind of feeling blue, and you got the worms.
You've been blue. I've been burning up. Just
Unbelievable. So
we're going to make it.
But yeah, we appreciate everybody that's subscribed, commented, liked. If you haven't, subscribe on YouTube.
Yes.
Yeah, comment. We love it. And we'll see you guys next week. This is coming out a little late, but
this one's a little late. We've been kind of packing and sick and trying to figure things out. So
all right.
Yeah.
We'll see you all next week.
All right. Bye.